Wearing the Jersey, brought to you by WVU Medicine.
Lindsay Schmidt comes from an athletic family, so it was natural that she participated in a sport. In her case, gymnastics. But in 8th grade, she hurt her back, and Lindsay looked for another sport to get into.
I didn't want to stop doing a sport, so my mom was a diver as well when she was in high school and college, so she thought it would be a good transition over to diving, so I decided to give it a try.
Lindsay's mom, Tammy, just happened to have competed for the Mountaineers in the 1980s.
My mom had found just a small camp in our area, a small week-long diving camp, just for me to give it a try and get on the diving boards and see if I liked it. And the more that I got on the diving boards, the more that I began to like it and not quite as scared of it.
Lindsay competed all through high school, and when it was time to choose a college, you'd think Mom would want her daughter to follow her to WVU.
My mom had a little bit of influence. She definitely wanted me to look into the school, but she didn't pressure me to choose this school. She really wanted me to look at all the options that I had. This was my first recruiting trip, and I just fell in love with the school and the program and everyone here.
Schmidt competes on the 1 and 3 meter boards, as well as platform. Slight problem here at WVU though, there is no platform to dive off. So Lindsay and her coach have to improvise in training.
So yeah, we do not have platforms here, which makes it very tough when we do have to go to meets and compete platform. And Mike's very good about having us train for it even though we don't have it. And then once we get there, we just try and make ourselves as comfortable as we can when we get out there, and our body knows how to do it. So 1 meter is definitely a more comfortable event just because it's closer to the water, and usually people think it's easier, but for me, I personally love 3 meter. I don't know why, but I enjoy having that extra time in the air to do more flips and twists and everything, and I've always been better at 3 meters, so that's more of my comfort zone. When I step up onto the board, I have a pretty good mental routine that I've gotten down using our sports psychologist. I step up on the board and I have 3 words for each dive that I compete that I go through in my head before I begin my dive. And that really helps, that same routine every single time, to keep me relaxed. Michael Greipner is an amazing coach, and he is one of the main reasons why I chose West Virginia. I knew he was going to be tough, but I think the way that he trains and the practices that he puts us through is a major reason of why I've become so successful.
Lindsay is a first-team academic All-Big 12, majoring in a tough discipline, exercise physiology. She understands that schoolwork comes first, and that her success in the classroom gives her confidence in the diving well.
Course load is very tough, but for me it's classes that I really enjoy, which help me make it a priority and make me set aside time so that I can study and do well. I like doing well in the classroom, and it helps me build that confidence that I also need for diving and just to be able to go out in the real world.